What a game. What a game. At first, I thought we was going to have 50 apiece on the scoreboard to start this game. Both offenses just marching up and down the field, which had me about to pull my hair out. That was defense I definitely wasn't used to. Philadelphia Eagles defense again marched up and down the football field very easily, scoring. So it was very frustrating. I knew the defense in the secondary will be problematic with these all-pro receivers the Cowboys have. And I do have to say this. I was pretty amazed by the Dallas Cowboys tonight. And I definitely want to give praise to Dak Prescott. Played his ass off. So scoring wasn't a problem in this game until, weather got bad. They had to take a delay. When they came back after over an hour, teams had to get oiled back up. Scoring just completely stopped. It was nip and tuck the rest of the way. Whole bunch of punts, whole bunch of 3-and-outs, jamming up at the line of scrimmage, stuffing the run. At least they stuffed our run. Cowboys found some wiggle room running the ball throughout this game. I'm just not used to the Eagles getting ran on, muscled to the ground, teams picking up hard yardage against them, keeping the chains moving, wearing them down. When Jalen Carter went out, obviously that's a big punch in the middle. You're going to be missing. Bonehead, idiotic play by him before this game. He set the tone in a different way, eliminating himself from the contest. So just put his team in a bad position to start this game. Young guy can get hot-headed. Pretty sure he has a history of it, but the Eagles and they veterans on the defensive end, especially when Brandon Graham was there, Fletcher Cox, they used to stay in his ear, kept him calm down, kept him professional, made him stay focused throughout the game. Those top veterans like that are no longer with the Eagles. So he might struggle with that a little bit, but he has to grow up sometime. But that was just idiotic to do something like that. I'm all about setting a tone with a rival team. Warm-ups pre-game before the kickoff. But that right there, no call for it. Far as the Eagles secondary, I came in it with concerns. And I still have concerns. They're going to have to figure something out the rest of the way throughout the season. Whole bunch of teams was watching. And they see they're very vulnerable on that back end. Now, last drive or so, they kind of tightened it up a little bit. But where would the Cowboys be if CeeDee Lamb holds on to at least 3 of those balls he dropped? Very uncharacteristic by CeeDee Lamb. You probably won't see that again in his career, him drop that many multiple balls in one single ball game. Just not like CeeDee Lamb. Eagles are very fortunate because those could have turned into points. Those are big chunk plays that he dropped. Hit him in his hands, hit him in his face, chest. Who knows? Maybe they would score a touchdown. Maybe they just kick the field goal, had to play some more defense. And just lucky that Dallas wasn't able to take full advantage of our, should I say, thin, delicate secondary. Find out who's playing the best and stick with that guy. Jalen Hurts came through in a big way. He had a good mix of run and pass. Picked up some key first downs. Scored some key touchdowns in the red zone. As you see here on his stat sheet, this is an unbelievable game by Jalen Hurts. Good game by Dak Prescott. Now, he couldn't get a touchdown pass or nothing that just glares off. I mean, 188 yards is not 300 yards, not 500 yards, but he played a hell of a field game, Dak Prescott. As far as the yards, he'd had a whole lot more yards. I mean, CeeDee Lamb dropped at least 150 or something like that worth of yardage. He would have had more balls completed, but he didn't turn it over. He didn't turn it over, and that's key for Dak Prescott. He didn't turn the football over. You had Javonte Williams, 15 carries, 54 yards. 3.6. It seems like he was going to start to get away with it. Got him 2 touchdowns. He was running hard early. He was a guy I was like, okay, we got to tighten up on that defensive line. They moving us around a little too easy. Lucky he didn't get all the carries he needed because he could have easily ran for 100 and some yards in this ball game. And Miles Sanders, former Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, you gave us a gift. Oh, Miles, thank you for that. You gave us a gift. That was a big play at that time. Cowboys was charging, looking to take the lead, at least, score a field goal at worst. Miles Sanders threw his former teammates a little biscuit. So I appreciate that, Miles Sanders. I know you was hurt on that one. You wanted to come up big against your former team. I understand that. But yes, that was huge right there. You was running well. CeeDee Lamb will go down to the wide receivers. 7 catches for 110 yards. Just imagine if he would have caught those 3 balls that he dropped, what his numbers would look like. He was off to an incredible night. An incredible night. And he still did have a hell of a night. 7 catches for 110 yards. He had 13 targets. 15.7 on average. 32 was his long. Didn't get in the end zone. And that's key. Thought George Pickens would get a little more action. He had 4 targets, 3 catches for 30 yards. They should have tried to target him a little more. Looked like he was ready to play. Looks like he was ready to play. So you go up here and you look at Jalen Hurts. 19 for 23. Outstanding. And I always said, Jalen Hurts does not need to pass the ball 55 times, 65 times. He needs to stand at 25 to 32 attempts. That's a sweet spot for Jalen Hurts because he runs the ball just as well. They're going to run the ball with Barkley, setting up play action, setting up bootlegs. So, yes, this is a sweet spot for him. 152 yards, 6.6 on average. He didn't throw for any touchdowns. Didn't turn it over. Okay? He only been sacked once. That's another thing. Dak Prescott hasn't been sacked in this game either. Let me come back over here. Now, when the last time we've seen this? Besides the first Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe we didn't sack him one time. Right? So, Philadelphia Eagles defense right here. 0s on sacks. Come on. That's when you know it's an issue. Big issue. So they only got Hurts once. So it wasn't a lot of sacking in this game. Hell of a game by Jalen Hurts. True leader for this football team. And he went out there and he did his work. He did it in good fashion. Pretty much won it single-handedly. Picking up those first downs. Getting in the end zone and scoring. Settling the team down. And he has 14 carries for 62 yards. Not bad at all. 2 TDs. Great. Outrushed Saquon Barkley. Just like they said on the broadcast. 60 to his 62. I like Will Shipley. A.J. Dillon. I like these little guys here. Plugging in, giving Saquon Barkley a little rest. They will be huge coming down the stretch this season. As far as the receivers, nothing to really glare at. I mean, they held them down most of the quarters. I would say Dallas. And as far as A.J. Brown, I mean, at first I thought this guy wasn't going to even get a target. I'm glad he got his target. I'm glad he got his catch for 8 yards because normally A.J. Brown be having fits. But when you put a shiny ring on that finger, you stay quiet a little longer. You know what I mean? You can fight off those demons for a few more games, and especially when you're winning. He's not going to say too much about it, but I know it can get frustrating. I mean, no targets. It's one thing to not have any catches, but to have no targets, that's something you just can't live with. Thank you for keeping your composure, A.J. Brown, because I know how you can act a fool and get plenty ignorant when you want to. So you played team ball today. Got the victory without your input most of this game. That was a big little 8-yard grab right there. No doubt about it. To pull out a game when you don't have nothing from your star receivers, Devontae Smith, look, 3 catches, 16 yards. That's how champions win ball games. When you can have your star receivers have no input in a ball game and still win it. Still win it. I guess I'll go down here on the defense, get these guys a little love real quick. Zach Bond, hell of a game by him. Defending in the secondary, getting some deflections, chasing people down, stopping them from scoring touchdowns. All that is huge. Think about that for a minute. Miles Sanders broke out. He would have had a touchdown. A touchdown that would have changed the game. Zach Bond didn't quit and chased him down, because what happened after that? They got bagged up. They got bagged up, and I think ultimately fumbled the ball, ended up not getting any points at all. Think about that. A play that sure would have put 6 points on the board for the Dallas Cowboys. Changed this game. Zach Bond chased him down from behind. Put him on the ground. Think the next play or so, Cowboys got a penalty, backed them up 10 yards. Next thing you know, Miles Sanders fumbled on that same drive. I believe that was that same drive. I believe it was the same drive. I can go back and look at it, but I believe that was the same drive. Having that breakout run, getting ran down by Zach Bond. I think a penalty or so after the next play or so, bagged him up. They ran him a couple more times. One of them, he ended up fumbling. So, yeah, huge play. That'll just let you know, never give up. Somebody breaks out and run, don't stop running and say, oh, he's just going to score a touchdown. No, run him down. Run him down. It could change the game. And that play was huge. Dory Jackson, 7 tackles, 5 solo. So you got a few guys up in here. Check out the Cowboys. Malik Hooker, 9, 4 solo. So this game here, it was a good game. All the way around, it was a good game. If we didn't have that delay, bad weather stopped this game, it probably even flowed even more. Probably had more points on the board. 20-24. Eagles take down the Cowboys. But it would have had more points on the scoreboard, I believe, if the late third quarter, didn't get suspended. That's tough going in that locker room for over an hour and then have to come back out. It was all fixed up for the Cowboys to sneak out of Lincoln Financial Field with a victory. It was right there for them. Right there for them. CeeDee Lamb won't sleep well tonight. He won't sleep well tonight. But I like the way the Cowboys played tonight. They impressed me. They impressed me, especially offensively. They impressed me. Now you got a good look at how it's going to be for them. This team going to be scoring some points this season. They're going to be scoring some points. Defense look like they'll be able to manage without Parsons. They'll be able to plug some holes up. Yeah, they missed him for the sacks and the pressure on the pass game. Yes. But once they figure it out, it won't be as a big a shock as it was when you first heard it, that he was getting traded. They still can make them some moves along the way. Keeping the Philadelphia Eagles to 24 at home, that's not too bad. Not too bad. You still can win a game. You score you some points. So opening night, it was a good one. I was on the edge a little bit. I won't lie to you. It started out with Jalen Carter getting ejected before the game even started. It started there. Then some bonehead penalties early on in the game that was marching the Cowboys down the field. Bonehead plays on secondary, tugging and grabbing CeeDee Lamb, obvious plays. Then you had, was it Smith? Make a great play behind the line of scrimmage, but he wants to jump up and go flex right up on the guy while he's on the ground. Come on, man. 15 yards right there. Just put him in scoring position. So it just plays like that. They wasn't playing smart in this game. They almost act like they never been there before. Just make the play, make your little celebration, keep it pushing. No need to run up on a guy. So the Eagles are fortunate to get away with it. So late night, y'all enjoy yourselves. I'm going to call it quits. Opening night, Eagles took down the Cowboys 24-20, which looked like it was going to be a high-scoring game. I'm talking about in the 50s, the way this started. They almost told the punters to go home. Almost told them to go home. So that thunderstorm moved in, stalled out everything. Come back out of the locker room, next thing you know, nothing but 3-and-outs and punts. This G.S.Q.H. Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Thanks for y'all time. Terrific Thursday is supposed to turn into a big Freaky Friday. So y'all enjoy yourselves and be safe. I'm out of here. Peace.